sebchoof here, and welcome to another Realm of the Mad God guide video. Due to popular request, I've decided to make a video going over the Cultist Hideout. This dungeon is great for people who are ready to take a leap and start exploring the Lost Halls, as it is easier than the Marble Colossus and the Void, and contains epic loot. In order to enter the Cultist Hideout, the group must collect flames in order to activate the boss guarding the way to the Cultist Hideout. Usually 5 flames must be collected or freed, but it is rare but possible to only have to collect as little as 1. You can tell if there are less than 5 flames to collect if a flame flashes over where tea room is right after you load in. To collect a flame, one must find a pot room, containing multiple treasure pots that drop stat potions, tinctures and effusions, and drake eggs. Some pots will contain a cursed spirit that will jump out and shoot a petrifying shot dealing 80 damage. One treasure pot will contain a flame that does not attack, instead decreasing in size until no longer visible. Once gone, it will teleport to the treasure room boss and will appear as a pink dot on the minimap. This is a great way to locate the tea room if not already found. Once all the flames are freed, you have 45 seconds to make it back to tea room before the boss starts shooting. It has a constant circular pattern of 300 damage shots, while occasionally shooting out a circle of non-damaging shots that will inflict armor break, paralysis, quiet, unstable, slowed, sick, and darkness. Once the boss is down to about half health, it will spawn cursed spirits that will follow the nearest player and try to petrify them. These will be occasionally spawned until the boss is dead, unless the original flames are ignored or stasised. It can drop stat increased potions and carved golem remains, a set tiered item that is part of the golem trickster set. It's a dagger that has an impressive range of 6.3 tiles, but has the drawback of having a much lower range of damage, substantially less than the easily acquired tier 12 dagger. Now that you've collected your loot, it is time to enter the Cultist Hideout. If you are doing a run with a good amount of people, there will probably be a rusher. If there is, you can just teleport to the rusher once they arrive at the 5 bosses. By the way, I'll be releasing a guide for those interested in doing this a little more efficiently. I will go over map reading, rushing, and other tips and tricks, as well as in-depth beginner and pro guides for other dungeons. So make sure to subscribe and get notified when those release. Even if there isn't a rusher, clearing is still pretty easy. On the way to the boss, there will be 7 main enemies you'll encounter. The follower of Malice, which are red and shoot armor-breaking shots, the follower of Argus, which are purple and shoot unstable shots, the followers of Gallus, which are yellow and shoot paralyzing shots, the followers of Bassaran, which are blue and shoot out slowing shots, the followers of Dirge, which are white and shoot out quieting shots, and the followers of Phaedra, which are green and shoot sickening shots, and finally, the followers of Valus, which are dark blue and shoot darknessing shots. This minion will also spawn 3 demon minions, the lightning, fire, and ice demons. The lightning one shoots paralyzing shots, the fire one shoots armor-breaking shots, and the ice demon shoots slowing shots. While making your way to the boss, you may encounter a treasure room, but it doesn't drop anything. There are 7 cultist followers, and only 5 cultists. Valus and Phaedra died to the Void entity, and there is a neat Easter egg tea room containing their graves. Now that you've made your way to the boss, someone will go to the middle of the cultist pentagon to activate the boss. Then each of them will shoot out their single geometric shotgun. Malice shooting out a red armor-breaking one, Argus shooting out a purple unstabling one, Gallus shooting out a yellow paralyzing one, Bassaran shooting out a blue slowing shotgun, and Dirge shooting out a white quieting shotgun. It is usually advised to have the knights focus their stuns on red, purple, and white, as those are the most harmful in the group in terms of damage and status effects. They are easier to dodge but can be devastating when hit. Once all of the cultists have been drained of a fraction of their HP, they will all return to their positions on the pentagon and summon a mini-boss. This mini-boss is called Molech, but it is commonly referred to as the Red Demon. When spawned, it remains in the center, shooting 250 damage player-piercing shots out from itself, and then will charge the nearest player, shooting flame shots dealing high amounts of damage. During this fight, Red Demon will also throw out flames that can armor break players with its single shot, or by getting walked on. During this charging phase, Molech will also spawn the 3 aforementioned demon minions. If you are a melee, I would let the ranged classes do most of the damage, as this mini-boss can easily kill you if you get too close. You can shoot him as a melee, but I recommend using slight movements and strafing, and never standing still when attacking him, because he can charge onto you and take your HP to 0 instantly. Upon killing the Red Demon, the cultists will reappear and shoot their respective shotguns, but this time 3 each. It is usually a good idea to back up when this phase starts. and wait to deal damage after they spread out. After that, this phase is pretty similar to the one shotgun phase at the beginning of the fight. Once all the cultists have been drained to roughly 2/3 of their health, the phase will end and they will spawn Balam, commonly known as the three-headed demon. This is a mini-boss that is also easier for range classes. It shoots out green darknessing shots out of its body that boomerang back, a circle of blue 150 damage shots that pierce armor, and single 350 damage shots. Once the mini-boss is defeated, it will... Hold on. Once the mini-boss is defeated, it will then split into 3 demons. The red demon will charge aggressively, shooting its 350 damage shot. The blue demon will wander from the center, shooting circles of armor-piercing shots, and the green demon will stay in the center, shooting boomeranging darkness shots. It is usually good to focus red first and slow it, then finish off blue and then green, as red is the most aggressive towards players. Once the 3 demons are killed, the cultists will then reappear, now shooting 5 shotguns. As with the free shotgun phase, it is highly recommended to back up for their first shots, then go in for damage. It is also good to focus the red, white, and purple cultists first. This can be a challenging phase for new players since the shotguns from the boss can be lined up, so that the shotguns can be next to each other, giving less opportunity to dodge. You can also be slowed or paralyzed, which means it can be harder to dodge the other incoming projectiles, and quieter to prevent you using abilities that can help you surviving. If you're an extreme beginner, you can start off by learning this phase by standing against the wall, though you will learn much quicker and potentially react better if you see the shots coming from the bosses. Once they have been drained to a small percentage of their HP, they will then return to the Pentagon and merge into Malice, giving him their power. If you sit bottom left of this boss, you will receive 8 fame while they merge. Malice will shoot 8 shotguns of red armor-breaking shots and then teleport near the group of players. During this Malice fight, minions will be spawned from 4 red platforms on each side of the room. There is a marker showing where the minions can spawn. It is extremely important that you don't stand there because most of the minions can kill you in less than a second if they're on top of you. Now he can shoot 5 different patterns of debuffing shots. If his eyes are red, he will shoot wide spreads of armor-breaking red shots. If his eyes are white, he will shoot white quieting shots in a loose tentacle pattern around his body. If his eyes are blue, he will shoot shotguns of slowing icicles towards the player. If his eyes are yellow, he will shoot lightning bolts that paralyze players. If his eyes are purple, he will shoot unstable wavy shots in a radial pattern. Watch out because unlike when the cultists were separate, Malice cannot be stunned. Once reaching half HP, he will now teleport and start shooting shotguns in the forms of shapes, like during the elemental shot phases. His eye color will correlate to the shotgun that he will be shooting out. These can be as deadly, especially the unstable purple ones, because if you line yourself up and stand in the line of purple bullets in majority of situations, you won't survive. Once reaching about 1/10 of his health, he will teleport to the middle, shooting 1 burst of each color shotgun. Once the final shotgun, which will be white, is fired, you can go in for damage. If your group is decently sized, you will be able to kill the boss quickly enough so that he does not shoot another one after the final shotgun. However, if your group is smaller, you should back up dealing some damage as he will shoot another 5 shotguns, then go in for damage. Make sure to clear minions during this phase. They can easily overwhelm any sized group if not dealt with. They can also kill you while getting your loot after the bosses die, so watch out. Malice has some great drops. He can drop life, mana, and tier 6 rings. He can also drop a Vial of Darkness, a consumable used to open a portal to the void after defeating the Marble Colossus. All of these drops are great, but a lot of people do cult just for the White Bag Necromancer set. The Bloodshed Ring gives 100 health, 5 death, and 5 whiz, and is great for Wizmod classes. The Skull of Corrupted Souls is great because it inflicts curse for 4 seconds and makes Necro a much better class because of its boost in DPS. The Ritual Robe is extremely good on Wizmod classes because of its high stat bonus of 15 wisdom. The Staff of Unholy Sacrifice is amazing. It shoots through enemies and deals one of the highest DPS out of any weapons at the cost of shooting backwards and a wide shot spread. If you don't want to use these amazing items, you can always use them as feed power because it's quite high. The Cultist Hideout is a great dungeon for anyone who isn't ready for the challenge of the Marble Colossus and Void, but is still looking for a new place to test their skills. Its somewhat plentiful loot makes it a great dungeon for almost all players, I hope this video helps anyone looking to start doing cults. I will be releasing similar videos for other dungeons as well as more experienced and high skill guides. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.